There comes a moment in every journey where the invisible becomes undeniable, where the shift you once felt only inside begins to show itself in the physical world. That moment, my friend, is now. Things are moving faster for you. Change is accelerating. Doors that were once sealed shut are beginning to open with ease because your inner state has already transformed. What you hold in your imagination is not a dream far away. It is a reality already prepared. Every desire that rises within you comes with the power to fulfill itself. The moment you saw it in your mind, it became yours. And now the world you walk through is rearranging itself to make that vision tangible. Do not be fooled by what appears slow on the surface. Beneath every quiet day is a rapid movement of divine orchestration. Behind every delay is a setup. Behind every closed door is a better one being built. You are not waiting for your blessing. Your blessing is waiting for the right alignment. Life is not happening to you, life is responding to you. As you shift your assumptions, as you dare to believe bigger, life must expand to match that belief. You are the cause, the world is the effect. And your inner cause has changed so drastically, so boldly, that your outer world has no choice but to rise to a higher level. Don't underestimate what's happening right now. The signs are subtle, but they are significant. You feel more clarity. You feel a deeper peace. You have a knowing. Something great is near. You're outgrowing old fears and limitations. This is not confidence. This is confirmation. What once took years will now take months. What once took months will now take days. The momentum behind your manifestation is increasing because you finally believe you are worthy of it. Expect the phone call. Expect the opportunity. Expect the unexpected blessing. The miracle is not coming slowly. It is moving toward you with speed, precision, and purpose. Hold your head high. Walk like it's already done. Trust that every piece is falling beautifully into place. When you rest in certainty, the universe rushes to deliver. Your big moment isn't someday. It's soon. It's close. It's inevitable. Things are moving faster for you. Expect something big is coming. Stay ready, because the version of you who once hoped for change is now becoming the version who lives in fulfillment. Your breakthrough is not only on the way. What you assume to be true becomes the path life follows. Every belief you choose, every conclusion you draw about yourself and your future, silently shapes the experiences you walk into. Many people think life is happening randomly, or that circumstances are dictated by luck, fate, or the decisions of others. But the deeper truth is far more empowering. Life rearranges itself to match the assumptions you hold at your core. Assumptions are not just thoughts. They are the quiet convictions beneath your actions, emotions, and responses. They determine what opportunities you notice and which ones you ignore. They decide how you interpret setbacks, whether you see them as a sign to give up or as proof that something better is forming. Your assumption is the cause, and your life becomes the effect. If you assume you are overlooked, forgotten, and undeserving, the world will show you evidence that confirms it. Faces will turn away, opportunities will pass by, and challenges will seem impossible. Not because you are incapable, but because your inner belief has instructed life to behave that way. Your assumption about yourself becomes the law you live under. Life holds a law you live under, but the moment you embrace a different inner truth, one that says you are chosen, favored, supported, and guided, everything shifts. You will begin to see openings appear where walls once stood. You will notice people being drawn to help you without knowing why. You will move with more confidence, speak with more certainty, and act like the version of you who already made it. And because your actions change, your outcomes must change too. This is why transformation begins internally. You don't wait for the world to treat you better before believing you are worthy. You believe in your worth, and then the world treats you accordingly. Every major breakthrough in life starts with an assumption. The assumption that you can, the assumption that you will, the assumption that what you desire is already aligned with you. When you adopt a powerful assumption, doubt loses its grip. You stop questioning if you are capable and start recognizing that the very desire you hold is proof of your capability. You no longer negotiate with fear, you command your destiny through faith. Instead of asking, "What if it doesn't work?" you ask, "Why wouldn't it work for me?" Assume success, and success becomes inevitable. Assume love, and love reveals itself. Assume abundance, and abundance finds its way. The outer world must adjust to what you finally decide is true about yourself. You are not limited by circumstance. You are limited by assumption. Change what you expect, and life will rush to fulfill that expectation. So choose boldly, believe generously, walk as though everything you desire is already done, because the assumption you hold today is creating the reality you will soon step into. Your inner world has already shifted. Now the outer world is catching up. There are subtle signs within you that reveal something extraordinary has already changed. You think differently than you once did. You expect more now. You no longer settle for what once felt acceptable. These inner shifts are not random. They are signals that a new version of you has awakened, and this version holds a higher standard for life. That shift alone is proof that the breakthrough you desire is already unfolding in the unseen. Transformation never begins on the outside. The moment your mind changes, the moment you adopt a new level of belief, life begins a quiet and powerful rearrangement to reflect that belief. This is why sometimes everything feels still, yet inside you feel movement. You sense that something big is near, and you can't go back to who you were, because that identity no longer fits the reality you're moving into. The outer world has a delay, a period where it adjusts to match your internal growth. Think of a seed buried underground. The sprout exists long before the world sees evidence of it. Yet just because it cannot be seen doesn't mean nothing is happening. Beneath the soil, roots are forming, strength is developing, and the foundation is being prepared. The same occurs in your life. What you have imagined, believed, and aligned with has already been set in motion. It's germinating in the invisible realm. This is why many people feel a disconnect in the middle of their transformation. Their desires expand faster than their surroundings. Their mindset rises higher than their current environment. The life they see no longer matches the life they feel. And this can create doubt, but instead it should create excitement, because that discomfort is evidence that you have already outgrown the old. You are not waiting for change. You are waiting for the physical world to reflect what is already true within you. When your inner world shifts, you start making different choices. You say no to things you once tolerated. You walk away from relationships, habits, and environments that don't align with your new identity. You start expecting better, and expectation is the birthplace of manifestation. Eventually, your old life can no longer hold you because you've become too big for it. Trust this phase. Things may seem slow, but alignment is happening rapidly behind the scenes. People are being positioned, opportunities are being prepared, solutions are being guided toward you. The outer world must eventually bow to the new truth you hold inside. So instead of questioning the process, honor it. Celebrate the fact that you feel different. Celebrate the fact that you have a knowing you didn't have before. Celebrate the rising confidence, the quiet conviction, the peaceful certainty that something great is coming. Your inner shift is the greatest proof of all. Reality is catching up, and when it does, suddenly everything will make sense. The life you already believe in is on its way to greet you. Delay is not denial. Delay is preparation for a bigger manifestation. When you desire something deeply and it doesn't show up right away, the mind is quick to assume failure or rejection. But life has a far wiser rhythm than our impatience can understand. What feels like a pause is often a sacred alignment period, a time where everything necessary for your blessing is being arranged with precision. You are not being refused. You are being prepared. There are dreams so significant, blessings so impactful, and changes so transformational that they require time to build the capacity within you to receive them. If you received everything you wanted the moment you asked for it, you might not yet know how to hold it, sustain it, or grow with it. There is development happening in the delay. You are gaining strength you'll need when the blessing arrives in full form. Delay teaches you patience, resilience, trust, and emotional maturity. It removes what doesn't belong in your future: old doubts, limited beliefs, and people who cannot travel with you to the next level. You are being refined. The vision is being refined, and the timing is being perfected. Sometimes the delay isn't even about you. It's about the pieces around you. The right opportunity must come through the right person at the right moment under the right conditions. One shift too soon could collapse the entire outcome. So instead, life waits for the perfect window. What feels like nothing is happening is often everything is coming together. You may not see the progress, but you can feel it. In the quiet space between desire and fulfillment, your intuition whispers, "Don't give up." You feel a sense of expectancy even when you can't explain it. That feeling is the confirmation that your manifestation is alive and moving toward you. Delay also protects you. The door you wanted to open earlier may have led to disappointment or misalignment. The relationship you thought was the blessing might have drained your spirit. The opportunity that looked so perfect could have been too small for the greatness you're stepping into. Sometimes delay saves you from settling. And the universe is not saying no. It is saying wait. There is more. Bigger results, better timing, greater fulfillment. When it arrives, you'll look back and think, now I understand why it took time. You'll see how every delay was actually a redirection towards something far beyond what you originally asked for. Trust the unseen preparations. Believe that what you desire is worth waiting for. The delay is not holding you back, it's lifting you higher. It's expanding your capacity so the blessing doesn't just come, it stays, unfolds, and elevates your entire life. Your manifestation is not late, it is maturing. It is growing in magnitude. And when it finally arrives, it will be bigger, deeper, and better than you ever imagined. Delay is not denial. It is the divine setup for a victory far greater than your expectation. Your desire is not random. It is a prophetic glimpse of what is already done. The dreams that rise within you are not accidents or fantasies. They are signals from a deeper truth that exists beyond the physical world. When a desire takes hold of your heart, it is life revealing what has already been created for you in the unseen realm. It is a preview of a destiny that has been prepared long before you recognized it. Think about the things you feel called toward, the success you can picture so clearly, the love you can almost feel, the life that feels like it belongs to you even before it arrives. How could you imagine something you were never meant to experience? You cannot crave what does not already exist for you. Desire is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between your future and your present. Every desire carries a message. This is yours. It rises not from lack, but from memory, a spiritual memory of what is already true. Your mind may not see the path yet, but your soul remembers the destination. That is why desire feels so familiar. It feels like home. Desire is also direction. It points you to the experiences that are aligned with your purpose, the ones that will expand you, strengthen you, and fulfill the deepest part of who you are. Nothing you want deeply is meaningless. Even the things that seem too big or too impossible are placed in your heart because you are meant to grow into the version of yourself who lives that reality. Sometimes people confuse desire with daydreaming, but the difference is this: desire comes with conviction. It doesn't leave you alone, it follows you, whispers to you, reminds you of what you could be. Even when you try to ignore it, it returns stronger, because it is not asking for permission, it is calling you forward. Your desire is the evidence of what already exists for you. The moment a true desire is born, the fulfillment begins, not because you work for it, but because you align with it. You are guided to new thoughts, new actions, and new environments that match what is meant for you. This is why you must trust what you desire, even when you cannot see the steps. The path reveals itself only after the heart says yes. Doubt says, "What if this never happens?" But desire answers with a quiet, steady truth. It already has. You are simply catching up to what has been finished in the unseen. To honor your desires, protect them, nurture them. They are not signs of lack, they are signs of abundance. They are invitations to step into your divine timeline. What you long for is not a coincidence, it is confirmation. The desire within you is a prophecy of your future reality. And every day you believe it, you draw that reality closer, until eventually the life you once dreamed becomes the life you now live. The unseen is more real than the seen. Trust the invisible process. Everything you witness in your physical world is an echo, a delayed reflection of what has already occurred in the realm you cannot see. The outer world is the final stage of creation, not the beginning. Every transformation starts in silence, in the hidden corridors of the mind, in the quiet spaces of belief and imagination. Just because something is not visible yet does not mean it does not exist. In fact, the most powerful forces shaping your life are the ones working behind the scenes. Consider how seeds grow underground. Before a single sprout breaks the surface, countless things are happening that no eyes can witness. Roots spread, nourishment flows, and structure forms. If you judged the process by what you could see, you would think nothing was happening. But the unseen work is more real and more important than the final appearance. Your desires, your prayers, your faith, they are seeds planted in the unseen. They are growing, forming, and moving toward their moment of physical expression. The challenge is that we often try to measure progress with our eyes. We want proof before we believe, but real proof begins within. The first movement of manifestation is a shift in your inner state, a deeper conviction, a stronger expectation, a new level of peace. When you feel that shift, that is the evidence that something has already changed. What appears delayed in the physical is already complete in the spiritual. The invisible process also protects and perfects what is coming. Timing is being aligned, the right people are being placed into position, resources are being prepared. One small misalignment could weaken the entire outcome, so the process takes the time needed to ensure the blessing arrives fully developed. Though you cannot see the orchestration, you can trust that it is happening with incredible intelligence and precision. This is why doubt is such a thief. It attacks the root before the sprout has a chance to rise. When you let the outer world dictate your belief, you uproot your own manifestation. But when you trust the unseen, you nourish it. You allow the invisible to continue forming into the inevitable. Faith is not pretending everything is perfect. Faith is knowing everything is unfolding perfectly, even when it looks still. It is having the courage to believe the greater reality is the one you cannot yet touch. The unseen holds every breakthrough you will ever experience. It contains the healing, the abundance, the love, the success, all waiting to materialize. So trust what you feel within more than what you see around you. Trust the quiet growth. Trust the invisible shift. Trust the process that is working for you, not against you. The unseen is not a place of uncertainty. It is the birthplace of your destiny. And soon, what has been growing in silence will rise into sight, undeniable and unstoppable. Expectancy is the magnet. Your great breakthrough is rushing toward you. There is a powerful difference between hoping for something and expecting it. Hope says, "I wish it would happen," while expectancy declares it's already on its way. Expectation activates momentum. It sends a signal to life that you are ready to receive what belongs to you. When you live with expectancy, you open the door to opportunities that were always meant for you, but could not reach you through doubt or fear. Expectancy shifts your posture. You start walking like someone who knows things are working out. You speak with confidence, not hesitation. You make decisions based on where you're going, not where you've been. Even your energy changes. And that energy is magnetic. People feel it. Circumstances respond to it. The universe aligns with it. That is why breakthroughs often show up the moment you stop questioning whether they will and start expecting that they must. When you expect good things, you tune your awareness to possibility. You notice the signs, you catch the opportunities, you step into moments that others overlook The exact same environment that once felt stagnant suddenly reveals pathways forward. Nothing outside has changed, but you have. And so everything around you must follow. Many people sabotage their own blessings with negative expectation. They anticipate disappointment, so disappointment arrives. They expect delays, so delays meet them. They believe things always go wrong for them, so life consistently confirms that belief. Expectation is a law, and it never fails. This is why shifting your expectation is one of the most powerful ways to transform your reality. Your great breakthrough is not crawling to you slowly, it is rushing. The only thing that can slow it down is the belief that it won't come. When you expect your manifestation, you accelerate it. The divine timing doesn't change, but your alignment does. You become a match for what you've been asking for. Every day you are sending a message to the universe through your expectations. Ask yourself, are you expecting loss or expansion? Are you expecting fear or favor? Are you expecting obstacles or openings? Whatever the answer, life responds accordingly. Expectancy is faith in motion. It's the knowing that what you desire has already begun its journey toward you. It's trusting that the pieces are falling together even when you can't see how. It's reminding yourself that if it weren't meant for you, the desire wouldn't exist within you. Wake up each day anticipating good news. Act like the phone call is coming. Prepare like the opportunity is already scheduled. Live as if the blessing has a deadline, and it's soon. Your breakthrough has already heard your name. Every step, every decision, and every moment of belief is drawing it closer. Keep expecting. Keep believing. The magnet of your faith is pulling your future toward you, and very soon, what you have been waiting for will arrive in a way that leaves you amazed at how perfectly everything was aligned. Your breakthrough is not uncertain, it is inevitable. Every moment of your journey has been leading to this shift, the inner transformation that is now calling forth a new reality. Your assumptions have changed, your inner world has expanded, and your belief has risen to match the greatness destined for you. Life is no longer responding to your fears, it is responding to your faith. What was once unseen is now unfolding. What appeared delayed is only being perfected. Your desires are divine hints of what already belongs to you, and the expectancy in your heart is pulling your breakthrough closer with every passing second. Stand boldly in this truth. Things are moving faster for you. The manifestation you've prayed for, imagined, and believed in is on its way, rushing into your life with a force that cannot be stopped. Walk forward with confidence. Keep trusting the invisible process. Celebrate what is coming, because soon you will hold in your hands what you once only held in your mind. Thank you for listening, and thank you for believing in the power within you. The best part of your story is just beginning. There are moments in life where everything appears still. It feels like nothing is shifting, nothing is improving, nothing is moving. But beneath that silence, something divine is taking place. What you cannot see with your eyes, you must learn to trust with your heart. Because right now, yes, in this very moment, God has already made sure everything works in your favor. You are not walking through life alone. The very blueprint of your destiny has been written with perfection. Every setback was calculated, Every disappointment was redirected. Every delay was repositioning you for something better. The things you thought were working against you were actually working for you. Imagine this. The blessing you prayed for is already on its way. The shift you've been waiting for is already prepared. The opportunity you thought you lost wasn't meant for where you were, it was meant for where you're going. You didn't lose anything, you were upgraded. Your imagination is not a fantasy, it's a preview of your coming reality. When you dare to hold the vision, life begins organizing itself to match the picture you carry inside. The world around you must rearrange until it mirrors the world within you. Do not judge your life by appearances. What looks like a setback is a setup. What looks like a breakdown is a breakthrough. God is not asking you to understand every twist in the journey, only to trust that the destination is victory. Look back at your life for a moment. Think of every time you thought you were finished, yet you rose again. Every time you believed something was taken from you, yet something greater replaced it. That pattern is not coincidence. That is divine strategy. You are being guided by a power that knows exactly what you need and when you need it. A power that has already cleared the obstacles ahead. A power that ensures that nothing meant for you can ever pass you by. So today, walk with the boldness of someone who knows they are favored. Speak with the confidence of someone chosen for greatness. Expect miracles because you are living in the middle of one right now. Even if you cannot see the blessing, trust that it has already seen you. The story is already written, and the ending is already decided. Everything, absolutely everything, is working in your favor. Hold that truth within you. Your time is here, your blessing is close, your path is blessed, and God has already made sure you win. Divine alignment is already in motion, even when everything around you appears still. There are forces working on your behalf that you cannot yet see, arranging the circumstances, the people, the timing, and the opportunities you need. What you have asked for, prayed for, imagined, and held faithfully within your heart is already moving toward you. The universe doesn't respond to doubt or fear. It responds to the inner certainty that what you desire is already yours. Every day, life is shifting behind the scenes to ensure that what belongs to you finds its way to you. There are moments when you might assume nothing is happening simply because you don't see immediate results. But the invisible is more powerful than the visible. Roots grow long before the tree rises. Seeds transform beneath the soil long before they break through the ground. In the same way, your breakthrough is currently forming out of your sight. Trust that the unseen is active and alive with purpose. What looks like waiting is actually preparation. Many times, divine alignment shows up disguised as challenges or delays. What you interpret as a setback could be a redirection to something far better than what you originally expected. The door that closed was never meant for your destiny. The path that disappeared was leading you somewhere too small. Every perceived loss is simply a holy rearrangement of your life, angling you toward the version of yourself who is ready to receive more. Think of the people you haven't met yet, the opportunities you haven't encountered yet, the blessings that are already tagged with your name. They are all being positioned perfectly. Timing is orchestrated with precision Nothing is random. That phone call you'll receive, the chance meeting that will change everything, the idea that will suddenly spark inside your mind, these are not accidents. These are the results of alignment unfolding. You are not waiting for the universe to catch up. The universe is waiting for you to believe. The moment you choose faith, you activate momentum. When you hold the end result in your imagination and feel the truth of it within your spirit, you become magnetized to your desires. The outer world reshapes itself to match the inner picture you have claimed as real. Every day, life is removing what doesn't serve your path and revealing what does. The confusion you feel is simply the shift creating order. When relationships fall away, understand that it is clearing space for deeper, more aligned connections. When opportunities dissolve, recognize that new and greater ones are forming right now. The path ahead is being smoothed, the mountains are being moved, and the waters are being parted. You do not have to force anything, you do not have to chase. What is for you will never require struggle to keep. Let the process unfold with trust. Stand firm, knowing that the divine has already gone before you, arranging every detail perfectly. You are being led, protected, guided, and lifted into your destiny. This is not the moment to fear. This is the moment to know that everything you desire is not only possible, it is already on its way, aligning itself with your life in the most miraculous way. Your imagination is not a place of fantasy, it is the blueprint of your reality. Every thought you consistently hold, every vision you embrace with feeling, is carving out a pathway in the unseen world, preparing for its emergence in the seen. Long before your dream becomes something you can touch, it exists vividly in the realm of imagination. What you see within is not make-believe. It is construction. It is creation. It is the future forming itself around your belief. So many people misunderstand imagination. They think it's something childlike or unrealistic. But imagination is the meeting point between the spiritual and the physical. It is the way the invisible becomes visible. When you close your eyes and picture the life you desire, when you see yourself already succeeding, already healed, already living in peace, you are stepping into a higher truth than the one your senses currently show you. Your senses only tell you what is. Imagination tells you what will be. You are not waiting for the world to change so you can believe in your dream. The moment you believe, the world begins to change. The inner picture comes first. The outer conditions simply catch up. Every advancement, every innovation, every new reality humans have ever created began as a thought, a picture formed internally before becoming a structure externally. The same is true for your own transformation. The life you desire will not arrive from the outside, it will arise from the inside. When you imagine intensely and consistently, your mind begins to think from the state of the wish already fulfilled. You begin to carry yourself as though what you want is already true. You speak differently, you walk differently. Your energy shifts, your expectations rise. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. It accepts what you give it as fact. And when that belief takes root, reality must rearrange itself to reflect it. Imagination is not escape, it is alignment. It aligns you with the version of yourself who already possesses what you desire. Each time you return to your inner vision, you strengthen that alignment. Doors begin to open, solutions emerge, people appear, synchronicities increase. Life starts saying yes to what you've already claimed as yours. Do not let temporary conditions dictate what you believe. If your current circumstances do not match the dream, that is proof that the dream is still forming, not proof that it isn't coming. The invisible stage of creation is the longest part. Just as a seed must root itself before it sprouts, your desire must anchor itself in your imagination before you see physical evidence. So dare to see beyond what your eyes show you. Dare to hold the vision even when nothing around you confirms it. The path you are walking now is being shaped by what you have already imagined. Keep seeing it. Keep believing it. Keep living from the end, because everything you have created within is already preparing to appear without. Your imagination has already made the way. You are simply walking into what is destined to manifest. Every delay you experience in life is not a sign of denial, but a sign of divine timing. Nothing is ever late in the universe. Everything unfolds with purpose and precision. We often assume delays mean something has gone wrong, or that the path has become blocked. But what if the delay is the very thing that ensures your blessing arrives in the most meaningful, abundant, and life-enhancing way? What if the wait is not wasted time, but the most holy preparation? When you feel delayed, you are being shaped, you are being strengthened, you are being aligned with a better version of yourself, the version capable of holding the blessing without losing it. Every dream requires a foundation, and foundations take time. A blessing that comes too early becomes a burden. A dream delivered before its appointed time collapses under the weight of unprepared hands. The weight you resist is really the protection you need. Life is not random. Every second has intention behind it. Moments that seem stagnant are actually moments of rearrangement. While nothing appears to be moving on the surface, everything is moving underneath. Timing is being perfected. The right people are being positioned. The right opportunities are being constructed. Doors are being shaped just for you, doors that no one else could ever open because they were designed for your hand alone. Think of a sunrise. It doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It arrives at the exact second it is meant to. And yet every moment before it appears, every shift in the sky, every change in the atmosphere signals its approach. Your breakthrough works in the same way. It may look like darkness before light, silence before sound, pause before progress, but the shift is happening. The transformation is building momentum. When your moment comes, it will be undeniable. Sometimes delays bring detours. People may exit your life. Plans may fall apart. Opportunities may dissolve. But those are not signs of misdirection. They are proof that your journey is being curated. You are being guided away from what would harm you and toward what will grow you. A no today is making room for a greater yes tomorrow. Trust the timing that doesn't make sense yet. Trust the season that feels quiet. Trust that the universe knows more about the path ahead than you do. What looks like waiting is actually alignment. What looks like stillness is sacred synchronicity. Your blessing has a perfect schedule. It will not arrive a moment too early or a moment too late. When the stars align and every detail is ready, it will come suddenly. So suddenly that you will realize the delay was necessary to create the magnitude of the blessing. So instead of asking, "Why is it taking so long?" begin saying, "Thank you for preparing it perfectly." The timing is not off, the timing is divine. And soon you will look back and see that every delay wasn't a pause in your life, it was the precise unfolding of destiny. Closed doors are not signs of failure, they are signs of divine guidance. The moment something closes in your life, an opportunity, a relationship, a job, a plan, it may feel like loss. But what if that closed door is the very thing saving you from settling for less than what you were created for? What if rejection is not the end, but a redirection to something far greater, something more aligned with who you are destined to become? We tend to cling to what is familiar. We hold tightly to what we think we want, believing that if the door doesn't open immediately, it must not be meant for us. But when a door shuts, it is not a punishment, it is protection. It is a divine intervention preventing you from walking into something that would limit you, drain you, or delay your purpose. The door that wouldn't open is the proof that life is taking you somewhere better. A closed door forces you to move. It pushes you to explore what you never would have considered if everything had gone according to your plan. You grow, you stretch. You learn to trust the unseen path. Sometimes the only way to lead you toward your destined opportunity is to remove the one you would have chosen out of convenience, fear, or familiarity. Think of every rejection you've faced. At the time, it may have broken your heart or shaken your confidence. But look deeper. You are not where you used to be. You have gained wisdom. You have gained strength. You discovered more about who you are and what you deserve. You realize that some doors closed because you were meant to rise higher than you ever imagined. Each rejection was really a redirection, shifting you onto the exact course that leads to your breakthroughs. When a door closes, don't stand there knocking until your knuckles bleed. Recognize that if it were meant to open, it would. What's meant for you opens effortlessly. It welcomes you. It feels aligned. You don't have to force what is destined. And when you stop chasing what is gone, what is coming can finally arrive. Greater doors don't just open, they find you ready. Ready in your mindset, ready in your resilience, ready in your identity. Closed doors refine you until you fully embody the version of yourself capable of handling the bigger blessing ahead. And when the new door opens, there will be no doubt. It will open with clarity, with peace, with momentum. You will look back and realize that if even one of those old doors had opened, you would have missed the one that leads to your true destiny. So thank the closed doors. They are not blocking you, they are guiding you. They are the universe's way of saying you are meant for more than this. Every door that shut in your face set you up for the moment when the right one swings wide open, revealing a path that was always yours to walk. Rejection is not the end of your story. It is the redirection leading you to the chapter where everything finally makes sense. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. There is a realm of support surrounding you that cannot be touched, measured, or seen with physical eyes. It moves quietly, strategically, intentionally. This unseen help is constantly aligning circumstances, preparing opportunities, and guiding your steps. But it becomes evident, tangible, and undeniable the moment you choose to trust. Faith is not hoping that something might happen. Faith is knowing that it already is. Life is full of moments where you cannot understand the process. You wonder if anything is working for you. You question whether your prayers are being heard or your desires are being considered. In those moments, the mind wants proof before it believes. But spiritual truth operates differently. You believe first, and then the proof appears. Faith is the inner conviction that the blessing is already in motion, even when your senses offer no confirmation. Trust transforms the unseen into the seen. When you walk with faith, you change your posture, your energy, your expectation. You speak with confidence, you wake up with hope, you carry a strength that others can feel. You behave like someone who already has the blessing in hand, and life responds to that certainty. It starts to reveal the very things you believed were coming. Faith activates the invisible assistance that has been waiting for your yes. The universe honors belief. The moment you trust, divine support rushes in. Ideas arrive at the perfect time. Doors begin to open effortlessly. Right people appear. Opportunities flow in ways you could never have designed on your own. It's not coincidence, it's alignment. Faith tunes you into the frequency of your destiny, and what is yours resonates back to you. Consider a seed buried in soil. It is surrounded by invisible forces, nutrients, water, warmth, all working together to help it grow. But if the seed refuses the process, if it fears the darkness and pushes against the soil too soon, it will never become a tree. Your life works the same way. The darkness, the uncertainty, the waiting, these are not signs of abandonment. They are the exact elements that faith uses to transform potential into manifestation. Faith isn't passive, it is active trust. It is persistence when nothing seems to change. It is choosing hope over fear and alignment over doubt. It is saying, I don't see it yet, but I know it's coming. And that knowing becomes the magnet that pulls your blessings into the physical world. You were never meant to navigate life alone. There are forces surrounding you, guiding and lifting you toward your highest good, but they are empowered only when you choose to believe. The moment you trust the invisible, the universe reveals its secrets. The very things that seemed impossible begin to unfold effortlessly. So keep your faith alive. When you hold strong inside, what is meant for you will become visible outside. Your faith is the key that unlocks the blessings waiting on the other side of the unseen. Invisible support becomes visible abundance the moment you choose to trust. Your breakthrough was never a matter of chance. It was written into the fabric of your existence long before you faced the challenges you're dealing with today. Every struggle, every setback, every moment that felt like a battle was not a sign that you wouldn't make it. It was evidence that something extraordinary was being prepared for you. The outcome has already been decided. You win. The process you're walking through is simply grooming you for the victory that has always belonged to you. Many times, we assume the battle is what determines the result. We think our effort, our strength, or our strategy alone decides if we will overcome. But the truth is, the result is determined first. The path is given afterward. You weren't placed in the fight to see if you were strong enough. You were placed there to discover the strength that was already in you. Every challenge is shaping you into the person who can stand confidently in the blessing without crumbling under its weight. If the breakthrough came too early, you might not have recognized its value. If the victory showed up before the preparation, you might not have been able to hold on to it. The waiting seasons, the painful shifts, the lonely moments, these are not failures. They are training, they are pruning, they are polishing you. into someone who embodies the victory, not just receives it. There's a bigger picture unfolding beyond what you can see right now. The universe didn't allow you to face this journey because you might lose. It placed you here because you are destined to rise. The battle is the evidence that the blessing is near. Resistance only shows up when something powerful is on the other side. Look back at everything you've survived. The storms that should have destroyed you only made you wiser. The disappointments that broke you open only expanded your capacity to receive more. Every tear watered the ground of your breakthrough. Every obstacle became a stepping stone. Your struggles were not detours, they were preparation for greatness. Even the moments when you doubted, feared, or wanted to give up, the outcome never changed. You were never disqualified. You were never forgotten. You were never without support. Help was moving behind the scenes. Strength was being built inside you. Doors were aligning ahead of you, all so that when the moment of breakthrough arrives, you will know without a doubt you were chosen for this. So stop questioning whether you will make it. The victory is already yours. Your only task is to continue forward, holding the belief that what is promised to you cannot be taken from you. The battle is temporary, the blessing is permanent. Your breakthrough was ordained before the struggle began. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. And soon everything you've endured will reveal its purpose. The process was never punishment. It was preparation for the moment when your destiny meets reality and everything finally falls into place. Everything you have walked through has been leading you to this moment. The delays, the closed doors, the silent seasons, the battles that seemed too heavy, none of it was wasted. All of it was preparing you for the blessing that is now aligning with your life. The unseen forces that have been guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you are about to reveal what they've been building on your behalf. What once felt uncertain will soon make perfect sense. Trust the path, honor your journey, and keep your faith alive, because everything is turning in your favor exactly as it was meant to. Thank you for listening. Your victory is already written. Everything you want already exists in the unseen. Your desire is not a request for something to come into existence. It is a revelation of what is already yours. The moment an idea is born within you, the fulfillment of that idea has been set into motion. You wouldn't feel the desire unless the version of you who already has it is calling you forward. You have been told that manifestation takes time, that success requires long struggles, that prayers remain unanswered for reasons unknown. But today you are rewriting the rules. You are reclaiming your divine authority. You are learning the fastest way to your desires. A method so powerful that in 3 days, everything can shift. 3 days is not a countdown. It is not a waiting period. 3 days is a state of assumption held without contradiction. It is the unwavering inner knowing that what you have imagined has already happened. Day 1, you decide. You choose the end result. You stop asking if it will happen and begin living from the truth that it already has. You see the world from the eyes of the person who has succeeded. You walk differently, you speak differently, you feel differently. You claim your desire as reality, not fantasy. Day 2, you persist. Doubts may knock, old stories may rise, but you stay loyal to your chosen end. You do not argue with appearances. You do not negotiate with fear. You do not look to the outer world for confirmation. You remain in the inner world, the world that shapes truth. You feed the feeling of victory until it becomes effortless. Day 3. You rest, not a passive rest, but a victorious one. You allow the unseen power to do what you have already done internally. You walk through the day knowing the bridge of events is unfolding. You celebrate before the evidence. You trust that what you felt real is real, and the physical must follow. This 3-day process is not magic, it is law. You do not manifest by hoping, you manifest by assuming. Every desire requires only one thing: the feeling of having it now, not tomorrow, not someday, now. When you assume the state of the wish fulfilled and you hold it, the world must rearrange itself. Doors open, people show up, situations shift. What is yours rushes toward you because you have called it with conviction. You are not waiting on your desire is waiting on you. So decide the life you choose to experience. Imagine the end as though it is your present. Feel the satisfaction deeply. Persist for 3 days with absolute inner allegiance, and then watch how fast reality bends. The fastest way to your desires is to already be the version of you who has them. Speak the inner truth. It is already done. It is already mine. I am living it now. 3 days of unwavering assumption. That is all it takes. Your manifestation is not in the future, it is here and now. It is time for you to claim it. Your imagination is the workshop of destiny. What you accept as true becomes your reality. Every outcome you have ever experienced began first as a thought, a belief, an inner assumption. Long before the world around you rearranged itself, something within you shifted. Imagination is not something childish or trivial. It is the most powerful, creative force you possess. It is the silent architect behind the scenes of your life, constructing experiences that match the truth you hold within yourself. Every time you imagine something with feeling, you are giving life to a new possibility. You are allowing the invisible to take shape even before it becomes visible. The mistake is believing that imagination is separate from real life, when in truth, imagination is the origin of everything that becomes real. The chair you sit on, the phone you use, the home you live in, all were once ideas in someone's mind. They had no physical form until imagination gave them one. The same principle applies to your relationships, your finances, your health, and your future. When you accept an idea as true, whether it is empowering or limiting, you activate a law that ensures it must express itself. The mind does not judge what you give it. It does not filter between what you want and what you fear. It simply creates based on what you assume to be real. This is why your inner dialogue matters. This is why your private visions shape your public life. You have been imagining your life into existence without even realizing it. Every doubt you've repeated, every fear you've entertained, every limitation you've accepted, those were seeds you planted, and life, being fertile soil, allowed them to grow. But just as easily, you can plant new seeds. You can imagine success instead of struggle, love instead of loneliness, abundance instead of lack. The moment you accept these new ideas as your truth, everything begins to shift. Imagination does not wait for permission. It does not check the current circumstances to see if change is possible. It knows it is the source of change. When you deliberately choose the images you dwell on, you take the steering wheel of your destiny. You overrule appearances and replace them with intention. You stop being a victim of life and become the creator of life. The secret is to imagine and feel the end result as though it is happening right now. When imagination and emotion join together, they produce a force so strong the universe has no choice but to respond. Your reality rearranges itself to match the new truth you hold within. People, opportunities, and events you could never have predicted begin to appear. Things that once seemed impossible suddenly become inevitable. The world will always mirror the assumptions you persist in. If you want to change the reflection, you must first change what you are imagining. Believe in the unseen. Trust the power that breathes life into your dreams. Your imagination is the workshop of destiny, and you are the master builder. The desire fulfilled begins with a decision. Assume the end and live from it, not toward it. The moment you choose the outcome in your mind, the moment you say, "This is already mine," everything in your reality begins shifting to align with that assumption. You do not wait for signs, evidence, or permission from the outside world. You give yourself permission through your decision. You claim the end as your truth before the world has the chance to show it to you. Most people live toward their desires. They imagine themselves on the way, still lacking, still hoping, still waiting. They place their dreams in the distance, treating them as goals they must earn through struggle and time. But what they don't realize is that by living toward the desire, they reinforce the belief that they don't have it yet. And as long as the belief of not yet remains dominant, the desire remains distant. True manifestation flips this logic completely. You live from the end, as though you already are the one who has the success, the love, the abundance. You shift your identity first. You occupy the state of the fulfilled desire so fully that there is no room for doubt. You make the decision so deeply that the external world must follow. This decision is not about forcing or pretending. It is a quiet certainty, an inner knowing. You adopt the perspective and feelings of the version of you who already possesses what you want. If you desire wealth, you don't walk as someone striving for abundance. You walk as someone who is financially secure. If you desire love, you don't think like someone waiting to be chosen. You think like someone already adored. If you desire healing, you don't identify with illness. You identify with wholeness. Life responds to identity. The universe reflects back who you believe yourself to be. When you assume the end, you are changing your self-concept. You are saying, "This is who I am now," and the world must reorganize to mirror that version of you. This is why the decision is everything. In that single moment of inner commitment, not hesitation, not half belief, you set manifestation into motion. The decision itself is the beginning of fulfillment. You do not chase outcomes, you attract them through alignment. You no longer need to check, worry, or doubt because your assumption has already secured the result. Living from the end is the ultimate expression of faith. When you decide the outcome and hold that state with persistence, you are declaring that your inner reality is more powerful than appearances. And soon, appearances shift to match your declaration. Every desire you hold is waiting for one thing, for you to decide that the end is already achieved. Once that decision is made, every step, every coincidence, every encounter becomes part of the bridge leading you to the physical expression of what you already claimed. You are not journeying toward your dreams, you are living from them. The decision is the beginning, and the end is guaranteed. A desire fulfilled begins with a decision. Assume the end and live from it, not toward it. Every transformation starts the moment you choose to accept the final outcome as already done. This decision is not simply an intellectual choice. It is an inner shift in identity. It is the moment you stop being the person who wants and become the person who has. When you decide with conviction that your desire is reality, your inner world aligns with the fulfilled state, and your outer world must follow that alignment. Most people try to manifest from a place of longing. They focus on what they don't have, hoping that eventually they will earn it or attract it. But the more they reinforce the idea that their desire is in the future, the more the future keeps stretching ahead of them. Desire, when paired with waiting, becomes distance, and distance keeps the dream out of reach. The secret is to eliminate the gap between you and what you want. You close that gap by assuming the end as present now. This assumption shifts everything: your thoughts, your tone, your decisions, your energy. You no longer think like someone lacking, because lack is not part of your identity anymore. You speak as the person who has the opportunity, the love, the wealth, the health, the success already in hand. You don't ask if it will happen, you operate with the knowing that it has happened in the unseen and is unfolding visibly. Living from the end means walking through life with the inner satisfaction of the fulfilled desire. You imagine the outcome so vividly and consistently that your inner experience becomes richer and more real than current circumstances. And because the outer world is only a reflection of the inner state you persist in, it must eventually show you the result you have assumed. This is not imagination as escape, this is imagination as creation. When you hold a state of fulfillment with unwavering loyalty, you are planting the seed of your desire in the soil of consciousness. And once planted, the harvest is guaranteed. Doubts may arise, old beliefs may try to pull you backward, but the decision to assume the end gives you a new emotional home. You no longer entertain anything that contradicts your chosen reality. Persistence in assumption is the key. Not force, but certainty. Not struggle, but faith. Every time you affirm the end in your heart and feel its truth, you strengthen the foundation of your manifestation. Soon opportunities appear that you could never have predicted. People show up who are part of your unfolding story. The path forms beneath your feet as you walk in the identity of the one who has already won. The decision is the moment your life changes. The desire becomes real the instant you claim it. You don't wait for the world to prove it. Your assumption itself is the proof. So choose the end boldly. Live from the fulfilled state with joy. Hold the feeling that the victory is already yours. Because once you make that decision, reality has no choice but to obey. 3 days is not about time. It's about unwavering conviction. Time is not what manifests your desire. Belief does. The number of days is symbolic of a state of mind that remains unchanged and loyal to its vision. When you commit to the outcome with your whole being, when your assumption remains firm and unshaken, manifestation can occur swiftly. 3 days represents the period in which you completely detach from doubt and fully embrace the reality of your desired result. Many people think manifestation requires waiting for signs, waiting for progress, waiting for the world to align. But waiting implies uncertainty. It implies that the desire is not yet here, that the fulfillment is still far away. In truth, manifestation unfolds the instant you decide that what you have imagined is already yours. The 3 days simply symbolize a short season of inner consistency where you refuse to entertain anything contradictory to your assumption. Conviction is the power behind creation. It is the mental and emotional stance that says, "This is done. I have it now." Once you claim that inner truth, you hold it like a precious secret, not seeking validation from the outside, not scanning for evidence. Instead, you rest in a calm expectancy. You trust the unseen process. Your conviction is the seed, and faith is the soil that protects its growth. During those symbolic 3 days, your inner world becomes immovable. Old fears may whisper, circumstances may appear unchanged, but you remain steadfast. You remind yourself that the outer world is only a delayed reflection of what you have already accepted within. You stop surrendering to appearances and instead insist on the reality of your desire through feeling. The conviction becomes so natural that it no longer feels like imagination, it feels like truth. When conviction deepens, everything shifts. You notice your self-talk is different, the tone of your thoughts rises, your behavior aligns with success, love, health, or abundance, whatever it is you have claimed. You no longer ask how long, because you are already living the result internally. Time becomes irrelevant. The creation is already complete, and the physical world simply follows the script you've written in consciousness. The reason manifestation can occur rapidly, within days, hours, or moments, is because the universe responds instantly to inner certainty. There is no resistance when the mind is fully unified with belief. The bridge of events forms quickly because there is nothing opposing the fulfillment. What slows manifestation is not the desire, it is the doubt that competes with it. 3 days is the period of unwavering inner fixation, where you no longer oscillate between belief and disbelief. You choose the end, and you remain in that chosen state. It is the season where the old self dissolves and the new self emerges fully formed. So understand this. 3 days is not a countdown on a calendar. It is a demonstration of mental discipline, emotional loyalty, and spiritual certainty. It is the time it takes for you to stop questioning and start knowing. And once you know, truly know, manifestation becomes inevitable. Feeling is the bridge between the invisible idea and the visible world. It is not enough to merely think about what you want. Thought alone is like a seed that has not yet touched the soil. It carries potential, but without emotional nourishment, it cannot grow or bear fruit. Feeling gives life to thought. Feeling gives shape to the unseen. Feeling is what transforms a simple desire into a living reality. Every moment you experience a desire, the mind may paint a picture of what you want, but it is the feeling, the inner sensation of having it, that begins the manifestation process. When your heart engages with your imagination, the idea becomes more than a mental construct. It becomes a state of consciousness that you embody. The universe responds to that state, not to idle wishing. Feeling is the language creation understands. If you imagine success but feel fear, doubt, or unworthiness, the energy you emit is not aligned with success. You are emotionally tied to the lack of the desire rather than the fulfillment of it. This is why people sometimes say they are manifesting but see no results. They are visualizing the dream while emotionally living the opposite. The world reflects what you feel to be true, not what you hope to be true. Feeling is the evidence of your assumption. It is the inner confirmation that your desire is already yours. When you feel the joy of achievement before the achievement arrives, when you feel the relief of answered prayers before anything changes, when you feel the love of the relationship before the person enters your life, you are signaling to reality that fulfillment is present now, and reality must rise to mirror that presence. Your feelings imprint the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind controls your habits, decisions, perception, and opportunities. When you consistently feel aligned with your desire, you naturally begin to think, act, and respond as the version of you who already has it. Life then organizes itself to support that identity. People show up, circumstances shift, solutions appear, synchronicities unfold. Feeling is the catalyst that activates these changes. The clearer and stronger the feeling, the faster the bridge forms between the invisible and the visible. It doesn't require force or strain. True feeling is effortless. It is the quiet knowing, the soft certainty, the warm inner satisfaction that tells you the outcome is secured. The body relaxes. The mind becomes peaceful. You no longer question if or when. You simply rest in the fulfilled state. So when you imagine your desire, let your heart participate fully. Let your emotions rise into the experience. Feel the end result as if it surrounds you now. Let the joy, gratitude, and confidence fill your imagination with life. For every reality you have ever lived began as a feeling first. Feeling is not just part of the manifestation process. It is the bridge that carries your desire from the unseen realm into the physical world. When the feeling of having becomes stronger than the feeling of wanting, the manifestation is complete. Persist in the inner state until the outer world bends to match it. The reality you experience is a delayed reflection of the assumptions you hold within. It does not instantly show you what you believe. It reveals what you persist in. One moment of imagining is powerful, but persistence is what transforms imagination into form. The world around you may take time to adjust, not because the desire is distant, but because old beliefs and previous assumptions are still playing themselves out. Your job is not to chase change outwardly, but to remain loyal to the inner transformation until it becomes the only truth you recognize. Persistence is the quiet courage of manifestation. It is choosing your inner reality again and again, even when physical evidence has not yet appeared. It is refusing to give attention to contradictions. It is staying faithful to the vision when circumstances seem to argue otherwise. The outer world is only a mirror, and a mirror does not change until the original changes. When you decide that your inner state is the real world, the only world that matters, then the physical realm must follow your lead. Every time you return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you strengthen the foundation of your new reality. You are imprinting that truth deeper into the subconscious, anchoring it as your identity. And once the subconscious accepts a new identity, the visible world cannot resist reflecting it. Opportunities shift, People respond differently. Paths open that were once invisible. What looked like delay suddenly reveals itself as divine timing. Time persistence does not mean effort or struggle, it means conscious assumption. It means aligning your inner conversations, reactions, and emotions with your chosen end. Instead of worrying, you affirm. Instead of fearing, you assume. Instead of observing the old, you stay rooted in the new. You do not allow temporary appearances to convince you that nothing is happening, because you know everything is happening. Beneath the surface, there will be moments where doubt tries to creep in, telling you that nothing is changing. But doubt is only a sign that the old story is losing its power. When you refuse to feed it, it fades. The inner state becomes dominant, and once dominant, it must be expressed. The outer world has no will of its own. It is obedient to the impressions you persistently hold. This is the law of creation. To persist is to declare, what I want is already mine, and I will not abandon this truth. You remain unmoved in your knowing. You act, think, and feel as the person who has already received. Persistence turns imagination into inevitability. It transforms desire into destiny. So hold your vision firmly. Return to the fulfilled state every time your attention drifts. Trust the unseen movement. Keep your heart anchored in the end result. When you persist long enough, the physical world has no choice but to surrender to the power of your assumption. Reality will bend because you never did. Every event you experience is an echo of what you once assumed. Change the assumption and you change the echo. Life is always reflecting you back to yourself. The situations, people, and outcomes you encounter are not random accidents or twists of fate. They are the mirrored expressions of the beliefs you have accepted as true over time. The inner world speaks first, and the outer world responds. What you assume in the quietness of your mind reverberates into the noise of your daily existence. Your assumptions are the silent scripts that your life follows. They shape your expectations, and those expectations shape your reality. If deep down you believe that things always work out for others but not for you, life will present experiences that support that belief. If you assume love is difficult, relationships will reflect struggle. If you assume abundance is scarce, opportunities will seem limited. These outcomes are not punishments, they are mirrors. They show you the assumptions you have planted within. But the beauty of this truth is that you can rewrite the script at any moment. You do not have to continue living out old stories or repeating familiar patterns. When you change your assumption, you shift the foundation that reality builds upon. A new inner belief creates a new outer response. Life cannot continue echoing the same experiences when the source of those experiences has transformed. Every event is simply the result of past assumptions expressed on a delay. If you do not like the current echo, don't fight the world, change the inner sound. Stop trying to rearrange external circumstances through effort and force. Instead, go to the origin, the mind. Align your thoughts and feelings with the version of yourself who already lives the life you want. Assume that you are deserving. Assume that you are chosen. Assume that you are supported. Assume that things come easily to you. These become new seeds that life must nurture into physical form. Shifting assumptions is not about convincing the world, it's about convincing yourself. When you truly adopt a new inner stance and persist in it, your reality will eventually reveal that shift. People may treat you differently, unexpected opportunities may arise, solutions become visible. What was once blocked suddenly opens. The echo changes because the original thought has changed. This process requires patience and loyalty to the new assumption. The old echo may continue for a short while because previous beliefs are still dissolving, but instead of reacting to what you see, respond from what you have chosen to believe. Your inner state must remain stronger than the outer reflection. When it does, the world will have no choice but to catch up. Your life is not shaped by chance, it is shaped by assumption. The loudest echo in your reality is the result of the quietest belief in your heart. Change that belief and your entire world shifts. Every new assumption is a new destiny. Every new state of mind is a new path unfolding. You are the source and life is the echo. Your life changes the moment you decide to believe in the reality of your desire more than the illusion of delay. When you imagine with conviction, feel with certainty, and persist with unwavering faith, you activate the fastest route to manifestation. You are not waiting on the world is waiting on you. Every shift begins within. Every miracle starts as an assumption you dare to hold. Use the end. Live from the fulfilled state. Trust the bridge of events. Your desire is already accomplished in the unseen, and soon the visible world will confirm what you have claimed. The power is in you. The authority is in you. Your future is not ahead, it is now. Thank you for listening. There comes a moment in every life when the invisible begins to rearrange itself for your favor. A moment when destiny starts moving, not loudly, not with chaos, but quietly, like the first light before sunrise. You may not see drastic change yet. You may still wake up in the same room, walk through the same challenges, face the same battles. But something has shifted. The energy has turned. The big win you have prayed for, believed for, prepared for is on its way. Your life does not change when the world changes. It changes when you do. When your inner assumptions shift, the world must follow. The victory does not come from outside forces deciding to be kind to you. It comes from the conviction within you rising like a giant and declaring, "My success is inevitable." When you claim something in your heart, the universe must deliver it into your hand. There is a law that governs all creation. What you assume as real becomes real. The moment you accepted that you are worthy of more, the moment you stop settling for less than what you desire, the moment you refuse to repeat the same old narrative, that's when the shift began. That's when the wind started moving toward you. Right now, while you're listening to these words, doors are unlocking that you cannot yet see. People are talking about your name in rooms you haven't entered. Opportunities that once seemed impossible are being aligned with your path. Everything is synchronizing for your good, orchestrated with precision beyond human understanding. You may have been in a long season of waiting for the healing, waiting for the breakthrough, waiting for the resources, waiting for the yes that changes everything. And perhaps this waiting made you doubt whether anything was happening at all. But the seed grows before the plant is visible. The shift happens before the blessing arrives. The answer forms before it reaches your hands. Do not judge your future by what your physical eyes see at the moment. The physical is always the last to show what has already been completed spiritually. There is a powerful truth you must hold. You are not chasing your big win, it is moving toward you. Life responds to who you believe yourself to be. If you believe you are chosen, favored, destined, life has no choice but to reflect that belief. The moment you accept peace, chaos loses power. The moment you accept abundance, lack collapses. The moment you accept success, failure becomes irrelevant. You do not need to fight for what is already yours. You only need to assume it and feel it fulfilled. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the victory already here. Imagine the message you will receive, the call that will change your path, the celebration of a new chapter. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the joy that comes when everything finally works out. When you feel the end as though it has already happened, the end must show itself. Your imagination is not daydreaming, it is the blueprint of your destiny. It is the place where things are created before they appear. Every great transformation begins in that inner world. Stand firm in your assumption that the tide has turned. Stand firm in your belief that things are shifting. Stand firm in your knowing that a big win is on its way now. You have come too far for the story to stop here. All the challenges, all the struggles, all the disappointments, they were not signs of failure, but signs of preparation. The pressure was shaping you into the version of yourself who is ready to hold the blessing. And when the blessing, you are stepping into a season where everything aligns effortlessly, where what once felt distant suddenly becomes obvious, where you look back and say, it was worth every moment of waiting. And in fact, it may seem your breakthrough is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of identity. You were designed for greatness. You were built for abundance. You were chosen for victory, and what is chosen must manifest. The moment you dared to believe in more, the universe responded. A major breakthrough has already been set in motion in the unseen. Long before you witness the change with your physical eyes, the transformation begins in the invisible realm. Every desire, every prayer, every dream you have held in your heart has already initiated a ripple of movement behind the scenes. What you believe, what you imagine, what you expect, these are not empty thoughts. They are creative forces. The moment you decided you wanted more, the moment you aligned your heart with a higher possibility, something in the unseen world responded. Breakthroughs rarely announce themselves at the beginning. They do not shout, they do not display. They develop quietly. Like a seed planted deep beneath the soil, growth happens without proof. There are no immediate signs, no explanations, no obvious validation. But still change is happening. The roots are forming, the foundation is being established. Just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it isn't already on its way to becoming real. Too often people doubt themselves in this invisible stage. They look around and see no evidence, so they assume nothing is working. They look at the same circumstances and think their prayer went unheard. But the unseen world is always a step ahead of the seen. What appears still in your life is actually shifting. What appears delayed is being delivered in perfect timing. What appears silent is quietly speaking favor over you. There are resources right now aligning with your path, resources you do not yet know exist. There are connections being orchestrated, people you haven't met who will be essential to your victory. There are opportunities preparing to intersect your life at the exact moment you are ready. Everything that belongs to you is already forming, already moving, already being arranged in your favor. Your belief is the activation. Every time you choose faith over fear, you lift the path higher. Every time you refuse to settle for what contradicts your desire, you magnetize what aligns with your purpose. Breakthrough does not begin when you see the outcome. It begins when you claim the outcome. It begins in the imagination, in the acceptance, in the inner knowing that what you desire is yours. The unseen is not uncertain. It is secure. It is the truest reality because it is not yet influenced by doubt or delay. The unseen carries pure intention. It carries your future success untouched by fear. That is why you must not give up just because you cannot track the progress. You do not need to see movement to trust that movement is happening. You only need to hold your belief steady long enough for the invisible to become visible. Right now, a major breakthrough is nearing completion in the realm you cannot yet touch. The moment is approaching when it will break through the surface and become undeniable. You will look back at this very season and realize that what you thought was stillness was preparation. What you felt was silence was orchestration. What looked empty was actually full of promise. Your breakthrough isn't waiting to start, it has already been set in motion. And soon, what was once unseen will show up as the greatest blessing of your life. Your inner shift, not outside circumstances, is what attracts the big win. All true change begins within you, not around you. So many people spend their lives trying to force the world to change in their favor, waiting for others to treat them better, waiting for opportunities to appear, waiting for luck to finally choose them. But the outer world does not transform until the inner world does. The moment you change how you see yourself, the moment you rise in your own belief, the moment you align your thoughts and feelings with the life you desire, that is when everything external begins to shift. Your assumptions about yourself are like magnets. If you assume lack, you attract lack. If you assume success, you attract success. Life mirrors what you believe you deserve, and belief is not formed by what you see, but by what you decide to accept as truth on the inside. You can be surrounded by challenges and still carry a victorious identity. You can face temporary setbacks and still feel unstoppable in your spirit. That inner stance is what calls the big win forth. The world you live in today is a reflection of the thoughts and assumptions you held yesterday. So when you want a new outcome, you don't look outward, you look inward. Transformation is not about forcing change, but becoming the version of yourself that naturally attracts it. When you upgrade your self-concept, when you stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles and begin to see yourself as someone who succeeds, everything in your reality must adjust. The inner shift is a declaration. It's the moment you stop asking whether you are capable and start knowing that you are. It is the moment you stop begging for blessings and start embodying the blessed version of yourself. It is the moment you stop waiting for permission and start claiming your destiny. As your internal identity rises, the outer world has no choice but to respond. A big win doesn't arrive because conditions are perfect. It arrives because you are in alignment. You are no longer doubting, hoping, or wishing. You are assuming, expecting, and feeling the end already fulfilled. When you live emotionally in the victory before it arrives physically, the universe confirms your assumption. Even if nothing around you visibly changes today, do not be fooled. The change has already begun inside you. Every doubt you replace with certainty strengthens the foundation for your breakthrough. Every fearful thought you replace with faith accelerates the manifestation. Every grateful feeling you hold, even before the blessing arrives, opens the door wider. Circumstances are followers, not leaders. They follow the direction of your deepest belief. So decide right now that you are not waiting for the win, you are welcoming it. You are not hoping to succeed, you are stepping into success. You are not trying to become worthy, you already are. The shift has already started because you have changed within. And when the inside transforms, the outside has no choice but to rise to match it. Your big win is simply the world catching up to who you have already become. What you assume and accept as truth determines what manifests in your life. Every experience you call reality is shaped by the beliefs you hold most firmly within. You may think reality is something that happens to you, something controlled by luck, circumstance, or the actions of others. But in truth, life is reflecting back to you what you consistently assume to be true about yourself and your world. The invisible assumptions you carry are not harmless thoughts. They are powerful commands directing the course of your life. Your imagination does not create possibilities by chance. It creates the blueprint of your destiny. When you accept a thought as truth, you give it permission to appear in physical form. If you assume you are always overlooked, life will bring situations where you are unseen. If you assume that money is hard to come by, life will continue to tighten your financial circumstances. If you assume that love is out of reach, relationships will always feel like a losing battle. These assumptions become the structure of your existence. But here is the liberating truth. If your assumptions create your reality, then you are not stuck. You are powerful. The moment you choose to assume differently, reality must shift to mirror your new belief. When you decide, truly decide, that you are chosen, worthy, abundant, capable, and destined for more, the universe begins to transform to match that decision. A new assumption is not just a thought, it is a new identity. Change does not come from forcing the world to behave differently. It comes from changing what you believe is true for you. You must believe in the desired outcome so deeply that it feels natural, inevitable, unquestionable. When you accept success as your truth, opportunities emerge that once seemed impossible. When you accept healing as your truth, your body and circumstances begin to realign. When you accept love as your truth, relationships take on a new frequency. Every assumption carries a feeling, and that feeling is what manifests. You cannot say that you believe in abundance while feeling fear and lack inside. You cannot say that you will win while expecting disappointment. Your emotional acceptance is the signal that calls your desire into form. What you assume must be felt as done, as certain, as part of who you are now. Often, people sabotage their own manifestations by returning to their old assumptions too quickly. They plant the seed of a new belief, but when they don't see immediate evidence, they dig it up with doubt. You cannot demand proof and hold faith at the same time. You must persist in the assumption even when nothing seems to be happening, because something is happening. in the unseen, in the foundations of reality, in the energetic structure of your future. Your outer world is always behind your inner world. What you assume today will be what you live tomorrow. So choose your assumptions with intention. Accept the truth that empowers you, not the one that limits you. Claim a narrative that honors your dreams, not one that contradicts them. Once you accept the highest version of yourself as your truth, life will rise to meet that truth. Manifestation is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of what you choose to assume as real. The delay is not denial, it's preparation of the perfect outcome. When the things you desire don't arrive on your preferred timeline, it's easy to believe something has gone wrong. You start to worry that maybe the dream wasn't meant for you, that perhaps you misheard your calling, or that life is ignoring your belief. But what feels like delay is often strategic alignment. What seems like waiting is really shaping. What looks like silence is actually orchestration. There is a divine order working behind every scene of your life. The universe does not rush because it does not fear lack. It operates with perfect timing, placing every piece exactly where it needs to be. Sometimes you are ready for the blessing, but the blessing is not yet ready for you. Other times the blessing is ready, but you still need to grow into the version of yourself who can sustain it. Big wins require big capacity, and capacity is built in the waiting. Delay is the space where preparation happens. It is where strength is shaped, where clarity deepens, where character is refined. You are gaining the wisdom, discipline, and emotional stability that will allow you to hold your blessing without losing yourself. You are learning what you need to release so you can receive what is better. You are uncovering a stronger identity so that when the breakthrough arrives, you will be able to maintain it, protect it, and expand it. If everything you asked for showed up instantly, you might not value it, understand it, or even recognize it. The waiting teaches appreciation. It reveals what is truly important. It filters out the distractions that once pulled you away from your purpose. You are not simply waiting for the future is being sculpted around you. Think of a seed underground. Nothing appears to be happening. No growth is visible. The surface looks unchanged. But under the soil, roots are anchoring deep, preparing to burst through the ground with life. If someone judged that moment too soon, they might assume the seed had failed. But the delay is not failure. It is the very foundation of success. So when you feel stuck, do not confuse delayed timing with denied destiny. Life has a way of protecting you from less than you deserve. It removes what is too small. It redirects you from what would have harmed you. It pauses what would have arrived prematurely. The delay is a gift, a sign that something greater and more aligned is being prepared. Hold faith during the unseen process. Keep your vision active. Celebrate what is coming even before it arrives. Trust that when the right moment comes, things will happen faster than you can imagine. Doors will open that once seemed unmovable. Opportunities will appear effortlessly. What took months or years to prepare will manifest in a single moment of breakthrough. You are not being forgotten, you are being formed. You are not being denied, you are being delivered into the perfect alignment for your blessing. When everything comes together, you will look back and understand. The delay was not holding you back, it was setting you up for the greatest outcome of your life. Your belief is the invitation that summons your blessing. Nothing enters your life uninvited. Every good thing you desire is searching for a doorway, and that doorway is your belief. Belief is not merely optimism or wishful thinking, it is the inner conviction that what you desire is already yours. It is the mental and emotional acceptance of a reality not yet visible. When you believe with certainty, you are not hoping something will happen, you are acknowledging that it cannot fail to happen. Belief sends a clear signal to the universe, a declaration that you are ready to receive. It lifts you out of the energy of waiting and places you into the frequency of having. Many people ask for blessings, but deep down they doubt whether those blessings could ever arrive for them. That doubt acts like a closed door. Even though they desire more, their disbelief sends the message that they are not yet prepared to accept it. Blessings respond to expectation. When you believe, you align yourself with solutions, opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs that already exist for you in potential form. You become a magnet to the very things you have prayed for. Life does not withhold anything from you, but you can block your own good by refusing to believe in its possibility. Belief is power. It transforms the unseen into the seen. It converts spiritual promise into physical experience. When you choose to believe in a higher outcome, even when circumstances appear stagnant or challenging, you activate forces beyond the physical, forces that begin to move people, events, and timing in your favor. There is a reason. Success often begins long before success is visible. It begins the moment you see yourself differently. The moment you decide that your future does not depend on past limitations. The moment you stop questioning your worthiness. That is when the blessing receives its invitation. Belief opens the door. Belief says, "Come forward, for I am ready." Belief removes the barriers that once seemed immovable. It silences the voices of fear and doubt that try to convince you to shrink back. It allows the impossible to become logical, the unexpected to become natural. And belief must be persistent. It must continue even when nothing has changed yet in your outer world. When you hold on to belief in the silence, in the waiting, in the uncertainty, that is when your invitation becomes irresistible. You are proving that you trust the blessing is real even before you can hold it. And when you believe like that, the universe rushes to meet your certainty. Blessings arrive where belief lives. They gravitate to faith-filled imaginations, to hearts that already feel the success, to minds that already see the victory. Belief is not something you apply after the miracle. Belief is what births the miracle. Right now, every desire in your heart is waiting to be welcomed. Your blessing is not far. It is at the door. So stand in your belief. Claim the outcome. Expect the breakthrough. Because the moment you truly believe, you have already summoned the blessing into your life. Life from the feeling of the victory that is already yours. The greatest secret to manifesting what you desire is to emotionally step into the outcome before it becomes physical. Most people wait to celebrate until the success appears, but the ones who transform their lives live from the celebration before the evidence arrives. When you feel victorious now, reality must rearrange itself to match that inner state. You are not pretending, you are aligning with the truth that already exists in the unseen. Every accomplishment begins first as a feeling of certainty, of joy, of relief, of fulfillment. When you embody those emotions ahead of time, you send a powerful message to the universe. The outcome has already happened. By living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you eliminate doubt, fear, and hesitation. You raise your identity to the level of your desire. You stop asking, when will it come, and start declaring, it is already mine. The feeling of victory is not just excitement, it is grounded assurance. It is the deep knowing that no matter what the physical world shows right now, the end result is guaranteed. It is the inner voice confidently saying, I have won, I am chosen, I am living the reality that once lived only in my imagination. When you anchor yourself in that state of mind, the universe responds, because emotion is the energetic signature of creation. Think about how you would live if the blessing had already arrived. How would you walk? How would you speak? What decisions would you make? How would you treat yourself? What standards would you hold? Step into that version of yourself now. If you are waiting for the outer world to change before you feel victorious, you are operating backwards. The feeling comes first, the change follows. This emotional alignment is not a game of fantasy. It is the most practical action you can take. When you feel abundance, you naturally behave in ways that attract more. When you feel confident, you show up with strength and clarity. When you feel loved, you become a magnet for deeper, more meaningful relationships. Your actions evolve to match the identity of someone who already has the victory, and life responds in kind. There will be moments when doubt tries to return, when circumstances tempt you to lower your vision back to what you see. In those moments, remind yourself, the physical is always the last to show what is already true in the spirit. Refuse to let temporary illusions dictate your permanent promise. Choose the feeling of fulfillment again and again, even in silence, even in waiting, even when the results haven't surfaced. You are not hoping for victory, you are remembering it. You are not wishing for the outcome, you are stepping into what you already secured through belief. When you persist in the feeling of the end must show itself. Victory is not a distant event, it is your current identity. You are living from the triumph that has already been written in your favor. The world is simply catching up to who you have already become. Everything you have been believing for, everything you have been preparing for, everything you have been holding in faith is already making its way into your reality. The shift has begun. You are no longer waiting for the big win, you are aligning with it. You are no longer hoping for breakthrough. You are living from the truth that breakthrough is guaranteed. The unseen has already moved in your favor, and soon the visible world will reveal what has been unfolding silently all along. Continue to stand in your belief. Continue to speak from victory. Continue to walk as the person who has already received every blessing destined for them. Your story is transforming. Your life is rising. Your win is approaching quickly, and nothing can stop it. What belongs to you is coming with certainty, acceleration, and divine timing. Thank you for listening, and thank you for believing in the greatness that is already yours. The best chapter of your life is now beginning.